people can really be evil, right? I can't believe it. I thought I was done with this guy for good, for him to show up, but I'm gonna let you guys know exactly how I handled the situation. He thought he could spook me by showing up, right? But I handled the situation and now it's over. He's gone. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of me taking possession of my land. Episode 3 is basically taking possession of my land. And this is the same car wash that I've been struggling on for the past 2 years, right? And for those of you who don't know, I bought this car wash about 2 years ago, and somebody started bothering me using the local police and ended up in court and all that. And I finally won, right? The court told me to get back on my land and basically work because that guy doesn't have the authority to kind of fight me in court. While I was away, my car wash, the washing machine that we are using for the cars is actually 2, and one of them was stolen. So this is actually a brand new one. It's a brand new one that we did, which ended up costing me about, 10,000 Ghana cedis, because the person I work with actually know how to construct it on his own. If you buy it already made, it will cost about 20,000. This one though, that person actually, kept this one with him. So this one is a bit safe. It's still in a very, good condition. I'm glad he took care of it because it's been 2 years. Much appreciated. And some of you guys are wondering, oh, why did you guys not pay attention and they stole everything and all that? The reason why is because nobody was sleeping here. There was an injunction on this land, which means nobody can come here. I can't put a security here. And obviously, this is a commercial property, so you can't put a wall around it and block people from coming in. It's a car wash, supposed to be open. All the car washes around are supposed to be open. So what I can do to protect myself is to actually just work and have people sleeping here all the time. When people know people are sleeping here, nobody's going to come and steal anything. And we can lock this away. But I'm not going to be in court and lock this away. So it was actually inside of the house. And the door wasn't that strong. It's plywood. So it's easy to, to basically break that open. My last episode, I showed how, everything is deteriorating, like the paint and all that. It's peeling off. It doesn't look good. And it was quite bushy over here, right? It was quite bushy over here. So what we are doing is we are clearing the place. We are going to, take care of all of this. The guys did a beautiful job by clearing the place today. We're going to spray here. There are some, there are going to be some snakes and all that stuff here. We're going to take care of all of that. This is the back of the business. Nobody really sees what's going on here. I'm going to tackle this place when I start the construction of the mini mall. But God is great. I'm back on the land. And something crazy happened today, which I thought would never happen, right? So I wasn't here in the morning. Somebody came to work. Somebody, who do I mean by that? The person that I bought a car wash from, the person that lived on this land for 25 good years. I'm still working with the person, right? Because he's been in this car wash business for a long time before I bought it from him. I don't know anything about it, and I believe in collaboration and partnerships. So he is still working for me in a way now. And so he took the initiative. He knows the electricians that know how to, put these things together, because the machinery is very sensitive, right? So he needs a 3-phase system and a whole bunch of breakers to protect the machine from blowing up. So he has a special electrician that he uses. And mind you, I did this work already with the electrician, and they did still all the wiring work while I was in court. I mentioned that in my last episode. But something interesting happened today, which I thought would never happen, right? So while he was working, he said a car pulled up. This guy who's been bothering me, right? And it's only a matter of time that I'm going to put this guy on blast and actually make a big deal out of this, because you bothered me, you took me to court, and the court is telling you that the land is not yours, right? But so far, I'm just going to observe the guy. But basically, he came in to ask, this person I bought a car wash from, because he's wearing a hat. So I don't know if the guy, I don't think the guy is mentally stable, man. It's crazy. He asked the guy, this is the previous owner. He asked the guy, what is he doing here? And the guy told him that he's working. And he said, who gave him the permission to work here? Like, why are they working? And he told him that I gave them the permission to work. And he said, do they know that the case is in court? Can you believe this? And he said, no, but does he have anything that he wants to say to me? He rolled up his windows and left. So it looks like this guy is now totally gone. It's a couple of things that I could do, a couple of actions that I can take. But, I'm not going to put it up here. So far, I'm just going to let the guy be. I'm going to do my work and see where we're going to go from here. But I thought this guy would never show up here again. after we clearly demonstrated that my land is not, it's not a question of the land yours is not yours. The land is completely outside of your land, and you still get audacity to show up, right? Which is contempt. But I'm not going to pay him any mind. We're just going to take notes and have, you know, the next step to take, waiting for him to come, right? And then we're going to blow him up, because this is just ridiculous. And this is why courts in Ghana need to penalize people like this. You give this guy no damages. If I was chasing him for money, he wouldn't have the audacity to come here and ask why are we working, that this case is still in court. Like, can you read? This was just crazy today. It's crazy. So we are clearing here. The electrician came in today. He's going to buy a couple of things. The things that they stole from me, they're going to buy it, and then, you know, we're going to come back and put it together and get the car wash operating within the next 10 days. It looks like I'm destined for mangoes. When I bought this land, there was this mango tree, but I guess it's not mango season anymore. There was this mango tree, and there were mangoes and all that on it. I got the coconuts and all that. But we are basically cleaned up. We got a car wash, and we are taking over. We are taking over, and I can't wait for us to start operation. So the court basically acknowledged me and my grantor, which are the people that I bought the land from, as the people in possession of this land, and that guy doesn't have anything to do with this land, and I should basically return on my land and do what I want to do. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So for this guy to have the audacity to come and question them why are we working, that the case is still in court, is just mind-boggling. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this guy. Like, I don't know. Only in Ghana, man. But I'm ready. You know, I have the measures in place. I'm ready waiting for this guy to see what we got to do, and then we take it from there. But, yeah. So we got a lot of work to do, put the electrical works back together, and then we're going to start this car wash and then get the ball rolling. Like I mentioned, there's still a lot of things, right? It's been a long time. Look, these things were all broken, weak stuff, so they stole it. So for us to be able to keep anything here, for it to be safe, we need stronger things. Thus, we got two different, you know, locks here. We're gonna lock this up and we're gonna lock this up. So if you come in here trying to break anything, you gotta do it twice, and it's more work. And we're gonna have guys sleeping here. Now I gotta check on the electricity as well. I know the electricity is prepaid, so I don't have any cost on it. However, I have a lot of bills to pay on the water. I mentioned to you guys, when I bought the land, they already owe money on it, and I never got to pay because I never operated, and this situation happened. So we basically, did this guy try this thing? The carpenter didn't do a good job. So you gotta come and remove it and do it again. All right, this has to come like here. Has to come like here. All right, so that's that for today. So today is the second day of the car wash opening, right? This car wash was pretty busy before we took over, and then, you know, I had to encounter all these issues for the past 2 years. When I came back on site, somebody, the same person actually came here, tried to start the whole thing over again. Can you believe that? Because there was no damages awarded to him, but I handled the situation and we are good, right? He backed off. So I'm gonna sit down and really explain to you guys what happened. But we have started, so it's over. It's off my back now for good. And it's amazing, it's exciting. You know, this has been very stressful, but we finally kicked the ball and we are actually operating now. Started making small money here and there. It's gonna take time for us to get our clientele. So we're actually doing a discounted price as to what people are charging in the market. Not much, like 5 cities less. And I am extremely confident that in the long run, this is gonna be well worth it. And don't you forget about the minimum that we're gonna build. So I just wanna operate this for the next 3 months, and then, you know, we're gonna start that construction. The next 3 months to 6 months, as I mentioned to you guys, you know, I gotta, you know, mobilize some funds here and there, and I'll get the ball rolling. But people can really be evil, right? I can't believe, I thought I was done with this guy for good, for him to show up, but I'm gonna let you guys know exactly how I handled the situation. He thought he could spook me by showing up, right? But I handled the situation, and now it's over, he's gone. he's gone literally, and it's such a great news. And yeah, we are getting, we're not gonna watch a lot of cars now. It's gonna be like 20, 30, and then we're gonna go to 70, 80, 100, right? So hoping for the best. So I'm happy we just kicked off what it is, and yeah, man, it's exciting. So the next episode, I'm gonna dive into the court situation, how this guy got the audacity to come down to this, land again, because the judge did not put any restraining order on this guy. He didn't put injunction on him to restrict him, his servants and family and all that to ever come on this land. She just basically told him that the land is not his. They didn't give him any cost. And this is what happens when you guys are so lenient or whatever it is. I'm not going to say she was bribed because I don't want any issues. But yeah, this doesn't make any sense for this guy to show up again because they didn't restrict him. And he got away with wasting my time for 2 years. So he thought he can just show up again and let me know that he is untouchable and he can waste my time again. But I handled the situation beautifully, as I'm going to sit down and explain to you guys, right? But you do have to fight for what you want in Ghana. If you want a valuable property in Ghana, most of the time, it is not black and white. It's not like going to the market and buying something without any issues. Most of the time, when you want a valuable property, there are issues associated with it in Ghana. People are going to try to test you, see your muscles and all that. And you just got to stay firm, right? And then it's going to be worth it at the end. So now I got it, and it's over. I went to the police station with one of the royal family people that I work with on a whole different matter. To most of the land cases in Ghana end up at the police station first before the court. So we sort out issues there from time to time. And unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I met into this guy who's been bothering me. And to put this guy on blast, his name is Kwashi in the neighborhood. And this guy claims to be a reverend, right? In Ghana, a lot of people just wake up and say they are reverends. And they're doing the most wicked things. And they use the title reverend to cover that up, right? So Reverend Kwashi is the name of this guy. And this guy shows up to the police station. My people, which is the royal family I work with, remember? That's how I ended up getting a Kidney City. Remember, that's how I ended up, selling land in Afienya, right? That's how I got connected to these guys, because Kwashi was bothering me. Now, Kwashi is now bothering a whole different person. A whole different person who's trying to set up a block factory. The same situation as mine. The land is outside. He doesn't own the land. As a matter of fact, he doesn't own any land. But he's been selling land within this fake judgment that he's holding, though it's still at the Supreme Court. And this guy gets away. He's still walking. All these years. The first thing he does is he goes and do what? Report that somebody's trespassing on his land. When you are working on your own land, this guy goes and report that you are trespassing on his land. He starts bothering from there. That's how it always starts. The family that I work with were there to defend this guy who's bought the land about 12 years ago. And just when he wanted to start a business, Kwashi is now trying to bother him. The same situation as me, right? Like, he didn't want me to start a car wash. The guy is like the evil and the enemy of progress. Now, me sitting there, when my people started talking, they referred to me. I didn't see this one coming. So he saw me, but he didn't say anything. And he did not see this one coming. While I was sitting there, and they were telling the police commander, how this guy has been behaving in this neighborhood, just causing issues. That he did the same thing to me some 2 years ago. And I just won the case. And this guy freaked out. Told the commander, no, I got to get out of here. This is a whole different case, blah, 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 blah. So to make the long story short, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking about, taking few precautions against this guy, but it was unnecessary because it just came up and you could see the fear in this guy's eyes that he doesn't want people to know that this is what he does for a living, and it actually showed up in court. So now, I think I am going to stick it to this guy more. Why? Because he came on my land to ask him what are they doing. He's done. I'm operational now, and he ain't coming there. If he comes there, we're going to see how to deal with it. But he ain't coming there, but I'm going to make sure that people stand up to this guy, and this little job that he think he got, which is bothering people in the neighborhood, just claiming and reporting people and just causing issues, has to stop somewhere. But to make a long story short, it's been a wild 2 years, guys, and I'm finally working.